my studio tour, and I'm greeted by Wonder Woman. But this is a cool area. So I don't check in for like another 30 minutes. But look at that, you can see the Warner Bros. Tower right there, very iconic. And oh, look at that, all that cool stuff. Look at all those DC characters up there, even Harry Potter. Dude, look at this Starbucks. They got this Tri-Wizard cup right there. And so this is where you come in. You can see the gift shop. And the gift shop is pretty sweet looking. All right, guys, going in. So we haven't started the tour yet, but this is where you first come in. And I can video this area, but the rest of the tour we cannot video. Like, they'll tell us when we can video or not. But this is so cool. Look at this. What else we got? Hey, look, here's a little replica of that Warner Bros. Tower that we saw outside. To have and have not. This is wicked. Oh, look at that. You're walking on the back lot right here. It looks a lot bigger, like on video. Please do not sit. Please do not sit on the studios. That's so cool. I can have like a Godzilla moment here. But yeah, I think my tour, it starts like every 10 minutes, so I guess I'll get ready for it. I like it's friends in Japanese. But yeah, we're just gonna wait for our tour to start.
Some people are like yes, some people are like no.
Right after we watched a presentation on the history of the Warner Bros. Studios, we got split up into our smaller tour groups. During the driving tour around the sound stages, we were only permitted to take pictures, no video. So I'll share some of my favorite pictures from this driving portion of the tour. We came across this unassuming looking structure, which was used as Merlot's bar and grill from the True Blood vampire series. It looks a lot different without the neon lights, the coat of paint, and the indoor lighting. This house right here served as Allison's home from Pretty Little Liars. Now this short, unassuming dirt road that we drove down in our cart was used in the original Jurassic Park movie when they're trying to drive away from the T-Rex inside their Jeep while Jeff Goldblum is telling the driver, must go faster. And very close by is where Rory from the Gilmore Girls gets hit by a deer while she was at a stop sign talking on the phone with Lane. This was a neat little area that can be filled up with water. This was used not only in the original Kung Fu TV series, but also used in a memorable scene in Gilmore Girls when Luke pushes Jesse into a little pond. And this is an employee grill that was also used as one of the locations for Luke and Lorelai's dates, so I was told. And don't worry, I'll come back to more Gilmore Girls stuff later in this video. Here's a neat little downtown area that was used in the Shelton TV series, and then transformed into Philadelphia for Abbott Elementary. You can see the tour vehicle that we were riding around in here. We walked to a nearby section, and I got to see where they filmed the famous scene where Spider-Man kisses Kirsten Dunst upside down in the rain. And not too far from this is where they filmed A Hard Knock Life from the Annie movie, and also a scene from Newsies as well. This section was used in The Gremlins when Randall is walking through Chinatown to find a gift. This same area was also used in Gilmore Girls when Rory visited Jesse in New York. Back on the tour vehicle, we passed the headquarters for New Line Cinema, who made some very legendary films in the past. These were some of their current movies at the time of my tour. We drove by a few more buildings and saw the original Annabelle doll from the first Conjuring movie. And I thought this was a nice hidden gem. This parking spot is reserved for one of my favorite Hollywood actors of all time. And obviously, we had to stop and get some pictures with the Warner Bros. Water tower. And our tour guide took this picture for me. We saw some more sets from Abbott Elementary, as you can see. During our ride, we passed a lot of different sound stages, where each structure boasted lots of film history. Soundstage 23, for example, was used for filming Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House from the Barbie live-action movie. It was really just cool driving around the sound stages. In the distance, we could also see Hogwarts Castle from nearby Universal Studios Hollywood. And this was cool seeing some advertisements for the upcoming Minecraft movie, which hadn't come out yet at the time that I visited the Warner Bros. Tour. And here's one of the most iconic sound stages, simply because it actually has the honor of placing the WB logo on its structure. If you're a fan of the Gilmore Girls, stay tuned because I have some extra special pictures to show you after I show you the video portion that I was allowed to film during this tour.
Alright guys, we finished our tour. So they dumped us here for a self-guided tour. So apparently they have a lot of friends stuff here. Look at that. But yeah, I got some photo ops here. I'm not sure what they are, but I'll see what I can do with them.
So I have to mute this next minute and a half of this video due to Duncan Sheik's View from the Other Side song blaring over the speakers in this Friends area. YouTube definitely hit me with a copyright notice, so I had to re-edit this part of the video. But yeah, this whole area was Friends dominated with various displays of the costumes worn by the cast from different episodes. I was a little sad that during our driving tour, we were unable to take pictures by the iconic sofa from Friends by the water fountain. They were filming something out there, but we were told to ask the tour guides later on if the fountain was free later, so we would have the opportunity to go back and try to get our picture by that fountain. But yeah, when you're on the tour, that sofa picture is very popular, and a lot of my friends on Facebook have shown themselves by the couch by the fountain, and I'm pretty jealous. And unfortunately, the fountain was booked up for pretty much the entire day of filming. But don't worry, I'm going to come back to this topic later on. This will be a talking point later on in the video.
So this is the first room we see. We see some costumes. We got Steve Urkel. I got a picture with him many years ago. The Wayans brothers. Oh, look at that. It's the president's costume from the Barbie movie. That was a freaking awesome movie. Yeah, it was Sam Fuller's costume from Miss Congeniality, worn by Regina King. Oh, there's tons of awesome stuff here. So this room has some really good costumes. We got Space Jam from the first movie with Michael Jordan. Then we have this one from the LeBron James Space Jam Legacy movie. So costumes by Melissa Bruning. That's so cool. Then we have the costume from Elvis from the 2022 Baz Luhrmann movie. If you're a fan of the 90s Selena movie, you got costumes here. And look at me, guys. Crazy rich Asians. Then we have this. So that's a cool photo op right there. This one's not labeled, but that is Casablanca. Here we have some classic costumes from My Fair Lady, Audrey Hepburn. Oh, what is this? Oh, we got some really old school. Errol Flynn's costume from Adventures of Don Juan. Whoa, these are really classic. I'm surprised these aren't behind like a glass case. We got here My Fair Lady. That's another great Audrey Hepburn movie. And there's another photo op up there.
All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Here we got some Big Bang photo ops, guys. That is actually from the set. I just learned that from the employee there. So it's like now we're entering some really cool, other cool movies. That looks like the right stuff. No, that's not the right stuff. Yeah, it is. That's the right stuff. That's that plane that breaks the speed barrier. Are these the actual car models from Batman? Oh, look at that. Led Zeppelin, baby. Oh, no way. I love mech suits. Oh, yeah. Here's some Warner Bros. Photo ops. You're really big over there, buddy. All right, guys, we are entering the next part of the tour. This is another self-guided building, but I'm excited. There's gonna be Harry Potter stuff and DC stuff. I love both of those, DC and Potter. And oh, look at this. We got some Batman stuff. Oh, heck yeah, I love that Riddler. This is so freaking cool. Hunger Games, baby. That's the tumbler from Batman. Oh, my friend will love this. Don't tell me this is the original Superman costume. Is it? Oh my god, that is! That's the one worn by Christopher Reeve. That's the one worn by Marlon Brando. He was the dad. Whoa. That's pretty freaking awesome, guys. Whoa, look at these rare comics. That one has Harley Quinn's first appearance, 1993. Poison Ivy's first appearance, 1966. Yeah, let's see it.
I'm gonna show you something cool.
He's gonna show something cool. Yeah.
You got a flash on your camera?
That's awesome.
No flash, it'll look like something else.
Yeah.
I feel really silly, but I forgot to film the DC section of this tour, so I'll just leave some pictures here for you guys to look at. And honestly, I was a huge fan of seeing Batman cinematic cars, especially the more recent Robert Pattinson muscle car. Honestly, it was a real treat seeing these movie costumes up close as well. I love the DC costumes, especially Henry Cavill's Man of Steel outfit. But yeah, they also had this little smaller section on Game of Thrones.
Let's pop into here first. Wait, this is sitcom stuff. Alright, finally entering the Wizarding World. Up there we have the Ford Anglia that the Weasleys drive. Ooh, the Marauders map. Is that the one from the movie? It didn't say, so maybe it's not. Let's pop into the potions room. Ooh, wand choreography. I've actually met that guy before. Look at that. Look at these wands. Let's go to the magical beast section. Ooh, look at that. That's a big book for some big reading. Ooh. So I think here, you're gonna put your camera right here, and then you can make it look like you're coming out of his luggage, I think. So let's go check out some other stuff. Oh, here's the Howler. Oh yeah, that's where you get that hate mail from Mom. And this is where Harry Potter lives, under the stairs. Let's see what it looks like. Imagine vlogging from his room. It's a Harry Potter room vlog, guys. I'm Harry. I have a little scar on my head.
There's nothing hidden in your head the sorting hat can't see. So try me on, and I will tell you where you ought to be.
Don't put it down.
Brave, hard, daring, better be Gryffindor.
Thank you. I think I'm more of a Ravenclaw though, but it's fine. Well, I guess that qualifies me as a fantastic beast.
Okay, so a common stop on this tour is by the iconic couch and fountain seen in the intro of the long-running Friends TV show. Unfortunately, they were filming something that day, and we were told to ask later in the day to see if they stopped filming yet so we could take a picture by the fountain. Unfortunately, I was told they were still filming a commercial at this time, but as luck would have it then, I had overheard some girls wanting to go see Gilmore Girls filming locations. So I tagged along, and the three of us had the same idea of getting back out on the cart to see a few more locations that we really wanted to see. And I'm actually a fan of the Gilmore Girls too, and I absolutely wanted to see more things from that show. So this kind gentleman took us back out in his cart to see Gilmore Girls stuff. Our first Gilmore Girls stop was Lorelai's house from Gilmore Girls. Actually, something I was very much looking forward to. The guy let us even take pictures in front of the house, and I asked him if I could take some different poses in front of the house, and he happily obliged. And we even went inside the house. So honestly, they didn't really use this house too much for the interior shots of Gilmore Girls, but it was cool just seeing what was inside of it. But they did film some murder scene inside the house for a different show. I think it was Pretty Little Liars, ? We then walked to this little shed outside of Lorelai's house where they had some art that was still remaining from the Gilmore Girls show. I don't remember when this was seen, but here's a pic of it for you to see. Maybe you can identify the episode. Here's a church from Gilmore Girls 2. Very iconic structure from Stars Hollow. And a little fun fact, this was also used in The Lost Boys when the kids go inside and fill their squirt guns with holy water. Also in this area was the house used for exterior shots of Growing Pains, which was a pretty popular show in the 80s. Next, we actually got to stop in the actual Stars Hollow. You already saw the church, but here's some more of it. And all this is like all in the same area. Unfortunately, some production was filming some stuff for a commercial or something, I forgot. So we weren't allowed to take pictures of everything in Star Hollow. There was actually some artificially placed snow that was around us, but we couldn't take pictures of that. And we couldn't even take pictures of Luke's Diner, because that was also being used for filming, so I have no pictures of Luke's Diner. But we were totally allowed to take pictures at the iconic gazebo of Stars Hollow, where many iconic and very romantic scenes were filmed for the show. So we made some more stops along the way. I don't remember what the significance of these places were, but we stopped here and I took some pictures, obviously. But yeah, this guy was kind enough and knowledgeable enough to show us like all the other Gilmore Girls stuff that we wanted to see. And I'm very thankful that he took us back to see some more Gilmore Girls stuff. So these are the professional photo ops and videos that I paid for before I flew out to California. But when I got to California, I ended up upgrading so I can get all of these pictures. I think the original package was only a few pictures. But when I found out I couldn't get my video and the rest of my pictures, I decided to splurge a lot. I paid close to $100 for all of these photos and videos, and honestly, I think it was a little overpriced, because for $100 or close to $100 for just a few photos and some video, I don't think it was worth that cost. Like, I'm still debating if it was worth it. I don't think so. That's a lot of money for a few pictures. But you can look at the pictures yourself and the videos. I'm only showing part of the videos, but you can judge for yourself if this is the kind of money you want to spend on these kind of pictures and video.
Let me show you the gift shop really quick. So here we got these costumes from the movie, Sorcerer's Stone and Half-Blood Prince, and they were both worn by the actual cast. So that's actually kind of cool. Here we have Kiss Me, Kiss Me. Oh, sorry, Casablanca, sorry. Everybody knows that movie. And here is an authentic costume worn by Stephen Amell from The Arrow. And that, ooh, there's some good stuff. Authentic costume worn by Melissa from Supergirl. Oh, that's a Flash's actual costume, Grant Gustin. Dang. This is sweet, guys. Hey, it's like being back at Universal. There's a lot of good stuff here, guys. Look at that. See all this? Oh, there's some Gilmore Girls stuff. Look at that. Stars Hollow. I actually met the dude who plays the guy from Supernatural. I forgot his name already, but I got a picture with him. Let me show you some of the Gilmore Girls stuff. Look at that blue jean jacket. That's so cool.
Thank you. So cute.
Look at the hat, the backpack, or sorry, the bag. We got this cool Gilmore Girls snow globe. Don't bring that on a plane. They will take it. We got this really cool coat. That's nice. The Dragonfly Inn.
I could offer you a discount.
Hey, little woof woof. Look at that cookbook. And there's more stuff over here. Look at that. This one's cool. It's Gilmore Girls prints of their hotel, their inn. As far as merchandise goes from Warner Bros., I'm getting this print of the Dragonfly Inn.